Picture this. You're sitting across from someone who just said something that cut you to the core. Your mind replays their words like a broken record, and the anger surges every time. Days pass, but the sting doesn't fade. It lingers like a shadow, ever present. It feels like a heavy weight pressing on your chest, making each breath a little harder. Now, ask yourself, are you holding on to the grudge, or is the grudge holding on to you? It's a question that many of us fail to ask ourselves. We often carry resentment, believing that our anger is justified, that holding on to it protects us from further pain. But in reality, our grudge is like an anchor that drags us down, keeping us tethered to the past. Buddhist teachings offer a profound answer to this dilemma. There is a story, one that has been passed down for generations, about a man consumed by anger who confronted the Buddha. What happened next wasn't just surprising, it was transformative. It was a warm afternoon in a small village. The Buddha and his disciples walked peacefully along a dusty road, their presence a serene contrast to the hum of daily life around them. Villagers paused to bow in respect, pressing their hands together in reverence. But not everyone in the village shared this admiration. From a distance, an angry man stormed toward the group, his face red with fury, his fists clenched tightly. His emotions burned hot, and as he neared the Buddha, his voice boomed with accusations. "You are nothing but a fraud," he shouted, "deceiving the weak and foolish with your so-called wisdom." The Buddha, calm as ever, stopped and turned to face him. There was no trace of irritation or anger in his face, only a gentle, serene smile. This only enraged the man further. His insults grew louder, his frustration swelling as he tried to provoke the Buddha. "You think you're better than us? Your silence won't fool me. Defend yourself." But the Buddha's response was simple and unexpected. He raised his hand slightly as if to pause the man's tirade and spoke in a calm, measured tone. "May I ask you a question?" The man, caught off guard, hesitated before snapping, "What?" The Buddha continued, "If someone offers you a gift and you choose not to accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man furrowed his brow, puzzled. He hesitated before answering, "Well, if I don't accept it, the gift remains with the giver." The Buddha nodded gently. "Exactly. And so it is with your anger. You offer it to me, but I do not accept it. Therefore, it remains with you." For the first time, the man fell silent. His rage had blinded him for so long, but now he saw the truth. His anger wasn't hurting the Buddha. It was only poisoning his own mind and heart. This realization struck him like a bolt of lightning. For years, he had clung to his anger, believing it gave him strength. But instead of protecting him, it had weighed him down, poisoning his relationships, clouding his peace of mind. The burden of anger. Who really suffers? This story carries an undeniable truth. When we hold on to anger, we believe it's a form of justice. We replay past wrongs in our minds, thinking that by keeping our resentment alive, we are somehow making the other person suffer. But in reality, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Think about the last time you held a grudge. Maybe it was over a minor annoyance, someone cutting you off in traffic, a rude comment at work. Or maybe it was something deeper, a betrayal by someone you trusted, a wound that cut to the very core of your being. How did carrying that anger affect you? Did it make you feel stronger? Or did it drain your energy, keeping you stuck in the past? Many of us believe that letting go of anger is the same as admitting defeat, as if forgiveness means excusing the wrong that was done to us. But Buddhist wisdom offers a different perspective. Forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's not about letting them off the hook. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. It is a way to break free from the chains of anger, resentment, and pain. It's about reclaiming our peace of mind and choosing not to let someone else's actions control our emotions. The science behind forgiveness. How letting go transforms us. Modern psychology supports what Buddhist teachings have long emphasized. Holding on to anger takes a massive toll on our mental and physical health. Studies have shown that chronic anger increases stress hormones like cortisol, leading to high blood pressure, weakened immune function, and even a greater risk of heart disease. On the other hand, practicing forgiveness has been linked to lower stress levels, improved mental health, and even a longer lifespan. Dr. Fred Luskin, a leading researcher on forgiveness at Stanford University, explains that when we forgive, we free ourselves from the victim mentality. Instead of allowing past wounds to define us, we take back control over our own happiness. This aligns with the Buddha's teaching that suffering arises from attachment. When we cling to anger, we prolong our own suffering. But when we choose to release it, we create space for healing. Practical steps to let go. How to cultivate forgiveness in your life. So, how can we practice forgiveness in our own lives? 1. Acknowledge your pain. Before you can let go of anger, you must first acknowledge that it exists. Denying your emotions only deepens the wound. Take a moment to sit with your feelings, without judgment. Recognize the pain, the sadness, the betrayal. Allow yourself to feel it fully. 2. Understand the other person's pain. This does not mean justifying their actions, but it does mean recognizing their humanity. In Buddhism, there's a belief that suffering is at the root of unkindness. Those who harm others are often struggling with their own inner turmoil. By seeing this, we can begin to cultivate compassion, not for their actions, but for their suffering. 3. Practice meditation and mindfulness. Meditation is a powerful tool for processing difficult emotions. Try this simple practice. Sit quietly, focus on your breath, and with every exhale, imagine letting go of your anger. Visualize yourself releasing the burden, feeling lighter with each breath. Another effective exercise is loving kindness meditation, in which you silently repeat phrases of goodwill, starting with yourself. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I live with ease. Then extend these wishes to others, including the person who wronged you. This may feel difficult at first, but over time, it softens the walls of resentment. 4. Be patient with the process. Forgiveness is not a one-time decision. It's a journey. Some days you may feel peace. Other days, anger may resurface. Both are part of the path. As the Buddha taught, forgiveness is not a gift for the other person. It's a gift for yourself. Each step you take towards forgiveness is a step toward liberation. The final lesson: the power of letting go. A few days after their encounter, the angry man returned to the Buddha, his heart heavy with regret. "Master," he said, bowing low, "I was wrong. My anger blinded me. Please forgive me." The Buddha smiled gently. "There is nothing to forgive. Just as I did not accept your anger, I do not cling to your apology. It is enough that you see clearly now." And in that moment, the man felt something shift, a weight lifting from his chest. He had finally let go. Now, ask yourself, who do you need to forgive?